901, good enough, 1,000 salt.
It's just something that you won't get to do ever again. You're getting to build a prototype vehicle completely from scratch, essentially on someone else's budget, and learn in the process. So a lot of us really enjoy doing hands-on work. Being down here in the shop, we get to get our hands dirty. We get to make things that we wouldn't be making otherwise. And then once the car's built, driving it is something you can't really compare. It's probably the fastest car most of us will ever drive. Being able to just be a part of that is really awesome.
The team was started in about 1985. We've been around for about 30 years now. Generally, the team just gets passed from president to president, so each team kind of takes on its own character, I guess. I think the team used to take really a lot of pride in how much the car that they made on their own, because it is probably even closer to 100% student-made than it is now. We don't have as much manufacturing capacity we do now than we do as we did back then. We have at least one member in chemical, business student, one that's planning to go into law, some computer engineering, electrical engineering, and computer science.
For me, I think it's taking the engineering to the limit, like how to make your design as light as possible, as reliable as possible, without exceeding the costs and the complexity. That's all the constraint that motivates me. That's what good engineers do to push the boundaries of engineering. We have a design class in Capstone, but that's nothing compared to this complex project, because in class you learn how to calculate things and how to figure out ideal situation, but here nothing is ideal. You have to make sure there are lots of constraints out there. They're limiting your design.
So that lack of arm strength's really coming into play.
Yeah, I know.
Process first starts every year with the design. From about December through February and early March, we spend most of our time manufacturing. Ideally, we'll get about 2 months of testing time. So we'll actually go out to the Hearn Center parking lot and drive, take data, see what our car's doing, and then we go to our first competition the second week of May.
Testing, initially the first thing you're trying to do is shake out any bugs that you might have, whether you have an electrical or engine or suspension, some sort of binding issue or something like that. You're just trying to work out the bugs initially. Then you really start to dig in, a lot of driver feedback, a lot of data collection, and just sitting down and looking at it and making changes until the driver's happy and until you're happy. I typically spend about 10 hours a day on campus, so probably about 4 or 5 of that is dedicated to the car. And then on weekends, 12 hours on Saturday. Altogether, it probably comes out to about 40 hours on the car a week. Racing is sort of the most competitive engineering there is, because no other part of engineering moves on nearly as quickly of a basis, where something needs to be improved from week to week. Iterations of a product might be a year apart or more. So for racing, it's really fast-tracked and it's a lot more competitive, and that's what really attracts me to it. It's a place to learn, and it's a place to make mistakes and learn from them and grow yourself as an engineer. You learn all the equations, all the theories and all that stuff, but you don't really grasp that fully until you've actually used it, I think. It's exciting and challenging. Whenever you fully dedicate yourself to it, you don't have the typical college experience where you're going out to bars, going out to frat parties and things like that, but you do get to do other things like travel the world. So to get to travel to Russia, to get to travel to Australia was great to me. We call it Formula SAE. It's really a worldwide competition. There's over 500 teams now, and it's growing pretty linearly too. So whenever we go to the Michigan competition, we'll see about 120 teams there. They'll be all over Michigan International Speedway. We'll have paddocks everywhere, and you're allowed to walk around, look at as many cars as you want. It's a really great experience. Since everyone's in the same boat, everyone is really friendly about it. It's just a great atmosphere. I love Formula SAE. It's really rewarding. It's really frustrating at times, but at the same time, competition really makes it all worth it. I really like the team atmosphere we have. Everyone on the team becomes really good friends. We're stuck together for so long, and everyone's working for the same goal, so it's really a lot of fun. And I think it's one of the best ways I could spend my time here.